is, why? I'm so uncomfortable. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, my friend. I would sooner stick that breast lift pencil through my own eyeball than ask a patient to make a TikTok with me.
There's a TikTok doctor who was more concerned with filming her patients during surgery than the safety and well-being of her patients. Dr. Roxy is TikTok famous with over 825,000 followers on the app. Her negligence, along with her obsession with TikTok, has led to her medical license being permanently revoked.
Does that make you TikTok famous? I feel like I have like 1.2 million on TikTok. I don't ever use TikTok anymore, occasionally, but I don't think I'm TikTok famous. I don't think you're TikTok famous for that.
But her lack of professionalism and poor judgment in delegating responsibilities to others appears to have significantly contributed to her falling below the standards of care.
In recent years, we've seen several different women who lost their lives after having elective cosmetic surgery. A lot of stories out of Miami, Florida. So many impacted here. And now you have a plastic surgeon out of the Columbus, Ohio area, Dr. Catherine Roxanne Growie, better known as Dr. Roxy. Live streaming some procedures.
I don't know this person, but I remember that video that they just flashed across the screen, and I watched it and thought, this shouldn't be on TikTok, because she was saying like, you should get like a pencil or something and like put it across here. I don't even remember what it was like, but like if it won't, I don't remember what the diagnostic test was, but it was basically like, if it does something, then you need a breast lift. And I was like, ew, no. Like, one, TikTok is full of a bunch of young kids who are going to now hear that and think something's wrong with them if they don't pass the pencil test. And two, like, you don't need a breast lift unless you want a breast lift. Like, it's okay to just have some, a bit lower hanging breasts. If it's okay for you to want to get a lift as well, but like, come on.
The state medical board voted on Wednesday, July 12, 2023, to permanently revoke her medical license. The board found that Dr. Roxy neglected her patients as she live streamed parts of their procedures, spoke into a camera, and answered viewer questions all while surgeries were taking place. So here we have a surgeon who's got these women on the operating table, under anesthesia, performing lipo, BBL, implants, all these surgeries. And instead of looking at what she's doing to them, she's more focused with looking into a camera and talking to a bunch of people on TikTok. Yes,
this is bananas.
More important than the lives of the women that she had in her hands.
I think this is psychotic, okay? I am an early adopter of social media as a physician. I have been on Twitter since 2009 talking about medical stuff. I was one of the first probably 5 doctors on TikTok, and I was definitely the first OB-GYN on TikTok, and people thought it was really weird. But no, us early adopters, we're not the crazy ones, okay? It's just when you haven't learned to use social media like a normal person, and then you just decide, yep, I'm gonna do this. I'm all in on the social media thing, and you just lose sight of like normalcy. Why? Why would you do that? That's so insane. I can't believe that someone would do that. So I'm assuming she had permission from her patients to do the live streams or whatever, like she got consent. But I think somebody reasonably, if they thought that they were going to have their surgery live streamed, that it would just mean like, oh, we put a camera in the top of the room and like, it's just a video of the surgery, right? Like, okay, cool. That's fine. Like, I wouldn't do that for a whole lot of reasons, but I think if you had consent for that it's probably a great learning opportunity. But to be looking at the camera and engaging with a TikTok audience while you're operating on someone, what is wrong with you? Like, that's so stupid. It's so stupid. Someone said, is it hard to lose your license in the United States? Yeah, it's fairly difficult to lose your license, so you have to do something pretty egregious.
Definite infection. I know one is a staph infection, and there's another one, I'm not too sure what it's called, but try to share this as much as possible so hopefully more people come forward, because this is not okay. She's basically flipped my life upside down.
Dr. Roxy was suspended back on November 18th, 2022 by the Ohio State Board, and she made her TikTok private. Then nearly 9 months after that decision, the board decided not to reinstate her license. Instead, they permanently took them away from her.
Dr. Roxy claims that this will change her life forever.
Okay, well, sorry. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, my friend. She also was doing some quite questionable medical practices as well. Someone said like social media class for medical students. I mean, I guess, but I kind of feel like, no, like you don't need to subject every normal human to like a class where you go like, don't do stupid shit on the internet. Like, this is common sense. Most people know not to do that. Also, with, you know, all the other stuff going on, it's clear that there was something missing in this person's brain as far as they either got so obsessed with the money-making aspect of it that they lost sight of the medical care aspect. I don't know. Another question earlier, somebody asked if she could just move to another state and start over. You have to get a medical license in every state that you work in. And it's really hard to get a new state medical license. And that's even, like, for me, I had to get a Hawaii license to go work as a locum for 2 months in Hawaii in June and July of 2021. And I had to apply, and it was really difficult for me to get a license there. And I've never been, like, sued or brought to the board or had any problems with like malpractice or complaints or anything, and it was still really hard for me to get a license. So I would imagine that this person probably, although technically yes, they could apply for a license in another state or probably even in Ohio, I think that it would be shocking if they actually were given a license with how difficult it is to get one.
Dr. Roxy was a TikTok marketing machine. She knew exactly how to get people into her business. The dancing TikToks, the bra cutting ceremonies.
Better things. See, you ready? Now!
Oh yeah, and that pencil test to tell them that they needed a lip surgery. All of that brought in millions of views. It's like she knew exactly what to say in order to get women to follow her.
Whenever Dr. Roxy asked me to do that TikTok with her, I was like starstruck. I was so pumped for
I would sooner stick that breast lift pencil through my own eyeball than ask a patient to make a TikTok with me. And I am fairly online. I mean, probably one of the most online doctors most people will ever meet. I would die. Like, what? What level of like lack of shame or self-awareness must you have? If a patient wanted to make a TikTok with me and ask me, fine, I have no problem with that. If you put it on your page, great. But I would never, like, I can't even make a TikTok with like people that I work with because it is so, I gotta be alone, like with a locked door to do that. And I don't even dance on TikTok. Yeah, I'm happy with a selfie but like if somebody asks me, fine. Like you're, you know, telling me that you're fine with it. But like me to ask a patient and then like get their permission to post it on my own social media. It's so gross. It gives me the ick. I wonder if she gave them a discount. I don't know that. It's like, I'm so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. I have seen TikToks that a patient made with her OB-GYN friend making her say cringe things. I guess friend is a bit different, but I'd ask for a selfie. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Like, no problem. I will take a photo with anybody. I mean, as long as it's not like in the middle of an emergency or I'm, you know, within social bounds of normalcy, I'm more than happy to do that. But yeah, I can't get over the fact she was asking patients to look at this. Why? I'm so uncomfortable. It's so weird. I can't. It's so weird.
Sound like they're about to have a party and not major surgery. That's the type of marketing that got a lot of eyeballs. The problem is everybody's experience.
Yeah, because everybody's like, what the?
That's how she ended up with
so
several
weird.
lawsuits and ended up before the state board. Two quick things though. One, Dr. Roxy worked so hard to become a doctor, only to get on TikTok and play with her professional license like it was a video game. This was a
that one made me uncomfortable. Did you see that? Oh, I'm gonna put it down into 1 speed so that we can see that.
Only to get on TikTok and play with her
What? That's so uncomfortable.
professional license like it was a video game.
Thanks, I hate it.
This was a professional, educated woman. She knew better. She was taking her eyes off a patient just to communicate with people on TikTok. She was 100% out of order and the state board made the right decision.
Okay, I have seen this happen so many times and I just have to bring attention to this, okay? It has nothing to do with this. Do you see this? Okay? Stop taking photos with your figs untied, my friends, okay? Listen, internet, doctors, healthcare providers, and other people who put scrubs on to make videos. Tie your pants. It makes me mad. It makes me anxious. I know that those scrubs come untied very easily. It's happened to me too. just check it before you turn on the camera. And when you inevitably accidentally take a photo or picture with your scrubs untied, don't post it on the internet. You look like a doofus.
Sent out of order, and the state board made the right decision.
Okay, I mean, I think we're all on the same page, right? That she deserved to lose that license. No complaints here. Should have happened earlier.